Christmas, everyone. It's the holidays. I'm here with Henry, and I hope you enjoy vlogmas of 2022 on my channel. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hey everyone. Justin just woke up, so I decided to read him stories, and it's December, so what's better than a new Winnie the Pooh book that just came yesterday, and it's a Winnie the Pooh's Christmas mystery. Enjoy.
The Merry Christmas Mystery. It was a very snowy night before Christmas. Winnie the Pooh was so excited, he had a hard time getting to sleep. He was thinking about the next day, when he and his friends would decorate the great pine tree, then gather around it for their annual Christmas sing-along. When he finally drifted off, Pooh dreamed of all the wonderful honey treats he was sure that Santa would bring him. The next morning, Pooh raced to his Christmas stocking, but instead of the honey treats he was hoping for, he found a very puzzling present. "I wonder why Santa brought me thistles," said Pooh. "But they are very nice thistles. Achoo!" Unfortunately, thistles made Pooh sneeze. Pooh tried to get his mind off sneezing by practicing for the sing-along. He sang, "Christmas is a time to share, to show your friends how much you care." Achoo! He sneezed again. "A smackerel of honey will cure my sneezing," Pooh decided. But when he went to the cupboard, all his jars were empty. "Maybe Piglet will bring some honey when he stops by," Pooh thought hopefully. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Pooh opened it and was startled by what he saw. Standing there was a mysterious creature with long orange fur and a large, round head. "Don't be scared, Pooh. It's me, Piglet," his small friend announced. "Santa brought me this coat for Christmas. It's a bit big, but it should keep me warm when we decorate the tree." "It wouldn't happen to have any honey in the pockets, would it?" Pooh asked. Piglet checked. There was no honey, only the acorn ornaments he had made. "That reminds me," said Pooh. "I have to take along my decoration for the great pine tree." Pooh took the chain of golden honey pots from the Christmas tree. Then he and Piglet rushed through the frosty white forest to meet their friends. "Oops," said Piglet as he tripped over his long coat. "Oh, bother," said Pooh. "I guess Santa forgot your size." When they arrived at the great pine tree, Pooh wished Eeyore a Merry Christmas. "How do you like the thistles Santa Achoo brought me?" Pooh asked. "They're beautiful," Eeyore answered wistfully. "As beautiful as this coat rack Santa bought me."
Looks like everybody got their Christmas gifts mixed up.
Rabbit stepped forward. "That's not a coat rack, Eeyore. It's a very fine rake," he said admiringly. Pooh noticed that Rabbit was wearing a tiny pair of earmuffs Santa brought. Earmuffs. "Santa brought them," Rabbit explained. "And I got this Tiggerific jar of honey," said Tigger. Pooh held his empty tummy and asked, "Does it taste good?" "How would I know? Tigger hates honey," his bouncy friend replied. "But it was nice of Santa to think of me." Santa brought me something to eat too, said Roo, showing his friends a jar of crunchy cookies. Do they have any honey in them? Pooh asked hopefully. No, said Roo. They're made from birdseed. They taste terrible, but Santa was nice to bring them. Santa sure left some very puzzling presents, said Piglet. It's a mystery, said Pooh, but I like mysteries. Well then, said Rabbit, here's another mystery for you. Where is Owl? He's late, said Piglet. This is mysterious, Pooh agreed. Owl is never late. The friends decided to go ahead and start decorating the great pine tree because Owl's part in the ceremony always came last. After they finished hanging their ornaments, they waited for Owl. Then they waited and waited and waited some more. I'm cold, moaned Tigger. I'm hungry, groaned Pooh. Aw, here, have some honey, said Tigger. Pooh gratefully accepted. If you're cold, Tigger, please take this coat, Piglet said. Gee, it fits perfectly, exclaimed Tigger. And I'll bet those earmuffs would keep your ears warmer than mine, said Rabbit, placing the fuzzy earmuffs on Roo's ears. Pooh was halfway through the pot of honey when he noticed Eeyore looking longingly at his thistles. Would you like them, Eeyore? Thanks for noticing me, said Eeyore, accepting his favorite treats. I don't suppose anybody could use this coat rake. Rabbit eagerly reached out for the tool. Thank you, Eeyore, he said. It's just what I wanted. Roo looked down at the jar of birdseed cookies. If anybody would like these cookies, I'd be happy to share them, he said. Oh, thank you, Roo, said Owl, swooping down from a tree. He took a bite of one of the cookies and declared it to be delicious. Then he said, Sorry I'm late, but I got lost on my way here. Owl's friends wondered how he'd get lost in the 100-acre woods. I'll show you, said Owl. He led them a short distance to a road sign. Here's the problem, said Owl. There's arrows and they're all mixed up, so I ended up going in the wrong direction. The friends studied the signpost carefully. Sure enough, the arrow that should have been pointing to Owl's house was turned so it was pointing to Eeyore's house, and the arrow for Eeyore's house was pointed towards Pooh's house. In fact, all the arrows were pointing the wrong way. The signpost must have gotten turned around in the snowstorm, said Rabbit. Pooh scratched his head thoughtfully. I think we've just solved our mystery. That's right, said Piglet. I'll bet Santa got confused and delivered our presents to the wrong houses. Do you mean these mittens aren't really for me? Owl asked, pointing to a pair of small purple mittens hanging from a string around his neck. No, Owl, these birdseed cookies are for you, said Pooh. Now think. Who could these mittens be meant for? Piglet gently cleared his throat. Ahem. Owl smiled and handed the mittens to Piglet. Of course, Piglet. They'll fit you much better. After they straightened the sign, the friends returned to the great pine tree. Soon Kanga arrived with hot chocolate, cakes, and honey, as she did every year. And Christopher Robin brought a beautiful shiny star, as he did every year. I was hoping you'd come, said Pooh. I always do, said Christopher Robin. Owl flew the shiny star to the top of the tree, as he did every year. Then a soft snow began to fall. The friends joined hands and sang, Christmas is a time to share, to show your friends how much you care. Whether they are big or small, friends are the very best gifts of all. When the song was finished, Tigger said, I hope Santa brings us some more puzzling presents next year so we can swap them again. Yes, it's nice to have a mystery for Christmas, Pooh explained, as long as there's honey to go with it. Christopher Robin chuckled and said, "Silly old bear." Then he bent down and gave Pooh a special Christmas hug. The end.
So, like, that was cool. I've never read it before. There was like a secret Santa vibe. So, that's it for now, guys. See you on Vlogmas Day 20, I do believe. Love y'all. Peace.